It's a new week. It's 8:14. A little bit late. We got distracted with something, and then blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's a bunch of stuff. I think mainly there's a spawn team to potentially be working with. Spawn team related things, rather. And then I'm not opposed to this and then just saving the money, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I did that in the wrong order. I wanted to... Anyway. I wanted to buy the... I wanted the strawberry to go on the ant, but I messed it up. Okay. No comment. There's a couple of early combinations, synergies that I think you're gonna see a lot, which involves... That's not great math there. Which involves yak koala, elephant camel, or elephant camel koala. I think both of those you're going to see a bunch of. This thing is weird. I feel like it's not that good, but it's not that bad, I guess. But I'm taking this. And then I'm rolling. Double ant is pretty good. Kind of hard to just ignore the double mosquito, though. I know it makes the... We don't get the ant trigger, but it does make it so that we have decent chances of levels. Now, I don't remember... Do I usually... I don't remember... I feel like my webcam is sometimes higher than this, sometimes lower than this. I don't really remember, if I'm honest with you. How did we lost again? We double lost? It's the worst. We got beat by ball underscore SAC sack. I guess that we had it coming. I don't know. Speaking of strawberries, there is shoe bills, but I'm 99% sure that this plus shoe bill doesn't work because this is the start of the turn, and then this would be gone by the time it gets to the turn. So I'm pretty dang sure that doesn't work. But yeah, there's a bunch of spawning stuff: deer, slug, stork, slime, osprey, the things I just said, secretary bird, beluga, tapir, bear, etc. So there's definitely some good of that, but there is also some good armor, garlic and melon, and chili peppers, sort of good against spawn teams too. Kind of trying to... Part of me wants to do this, but part of me just wants to try to get a level redeemed. Obviously, it's not as great right now, but it does give us the chance to... Do I want to save the money or do I want the strawberry? That is the question. I guess I want the strawberry. Kind of awkward because this, like, is anti of... Anyway. It doesn't really make sense. That's okay. This is kind of cool. I don't know if the stats stay permanently here if you did it with the... that was the other combo. Not the hurt trigger combo, but the synergy of jumping with this and the bug, which is kind of neat. I kind of want to try that. I'm not going to go pheasant. But yeah, I think of those few synergies you're going to see a bunch. There's a decent amount of scaling, I would say, this week, especially early. Stuff like giraffe. Orangutan is now tier 3, which is different than before. But it gives slightly less health, I guess. But still, that's a decent amount. And then I'm kind of done with you. Kind of want to save the level for next turn, but I kind of don't want to lose. More health is good. Maybe time to abandon you, or abandon one of these. You know, abandoning this is maybe not as good because then we don't have chances of levels next turn, but on the other hand, it is just... It's just kind of a guy that's existing. And this doesn't actually do anything right now. But I kind of just want to do it. I think we can't be that greedy. I don't think we can be that greedy. Osprey is probably better in the immediate, and then we almost get the thing. Give me another one of these. Dang. Dang. No koala either. Alright, we just lose. There's no shot we beat this. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Although, after the, those tier 3 scalers, there isn't actually a ton. I mean, there is Dragonfly, there is Polar Bear. But I don't think there's any others, really. Like, there's, you could argue there is in the sense of something like, oh, Sauropod gives you money, but there's not really, like, it's basically just these two for actual stats. Or something like, oh, same idea, but Hammerhead giving you more money. Kind of want to take the giraffe. I know it's like very desperate in terms of me, like, oh, why are you selling these 4-5s and stuff? You're already losing so bad. If we need to get, if we're trying to actually get all the way to 10, we need much more than what we have to get there. Honestly, where this is clearly not happening. And we never got the yak koala type stuff going, unfortunately. The koalas don't want to show up. So, we might just go, like, massive health. Get rid of this jackalope. The reason to have it up front is just because it's... I'd rather the stats, I guess, go to these from the ant than to something else. This camel's gonna be a bit of an issue. Yeah, looks like we're just completely getting owned. But here, on the good news, honestly, it's kind of the bad news, which is that the Olympics are over, man. Freaking Olympics are over, man. That makes me sad. The Olympics are over. Today was the last day. Closing ceremonies. I didn't catch all of the closing ceremonies. No camel, by the way, so this elephant is pretty silly. But I saw the part that was kind of like the showing what happens ahead. Oh my lord. What's happening up ahead for... Oh my god. The LA, they do like a preview thing, I guess, showing what's coming up ahead for the 2024 8 Olympics in LA or whatever. And it was pretty cool. I'm like so over this run. Plenty of terrible decisions anyway, but then also just like synergies that don't really do anything either. Okay, if we like somehow, I mean, we can't even swallow a walrus or something here. I guess we could swallow a stork. Except we can't because we don't have the money for it. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad unit. The team is terrible. There's nothing going on with this team. We tried to get the jackrabbit, we tried to get elephant camel, we didn't really get either of them. I guess these are tier 4, so I gotta keep that in mind next time. That you do have to wait a little bit maybe for the tiger bug to show up. There's the camel. Kind of feels like that doesn't matter at all, huh? Kind of feels like that doesn't matter at all, does it? I mean, we can't really do it this turn anyway. I guess I'm doing some shit like this. But man, what an Olympics. An insanely exciting Olympics all around. I'm already getting the like post-Olympics depression type situation. So that's, you know, not the greatest news. Yes, the meat is just gonna kill us, huh? We weren't winning that anyway. Alright, we got 1 win. That was just like the worst possible result besides 0. Going back to the Olympics, what the hell are they feeding our women's relay team? As soon as the baton gets passed, they turn into the Flash. Hey, underwater. That's where I was, drowning this round. Am I right? Okay. I like that noise. I don't really want to do this, but I suppose. Tiny bushes. That is the question mark tier 1 unit's alternative name. There really is so much that happened between last time I streamed Super Auto Pets and this time that it's simply not possible to talk about every Olympic event, even though I wrote down notes for so much of it. It just was that crazy. I don't really know how else to say it. I guess you do like this. I don't even know which one of these I would care to want more. Double mosquito, but we're just trying to get levels here, I guess. I mean, whether we're talking freaking Cole Hawker winning the 1500, whether we're talking Kenneth Rooks. Okay, so all right, you know what? Let me speak a little to this, because as you probably obviously know by now, if you know by now, we are the. I should have done that differently. I could have got a strawberry. That was kind of bad. I will do this. I will combine this. I will buy this to maybe get a cool thing in the future. That's the plan. Yaks are good. A lot of people that don't really know about track and field and haven't been following the past year plus saw a lot of comments. Oh my god, Cole Hawker out of nowhere won. It was crazy. Which, look, he wasn't a favorite, but he was pretty much guaranteed in my top 3 as far as if you've been following track and the field. You would very likely have him in one of your top choices this year for that event. Now, an early level here is kind of rough, but at the same time, there is good scalers there. But I kind of want to make room for the koala at the same time. We did not really get what I was looking for. I guess I want you to have the health. And then I'm either selling the Dumbo or I'm selling this. I guess we're not doing the Dumbo. The idea of the Dumbo was kind of fun, but I think we probably just do one of these. And then I'm rolling for Koala. I'm rolling for Koala, and you gave me double Jackalope. Alright, game doesn't like me today. It seems. It seems. Probably should give the health to the termite, but maybe we do a dog, whatever this thing's called, run. But anyway, Cole Hawker winning was awesome. For United States distance running. No doubt about it. But then, the race that people, like, I don't think are giving as much hype for, but honestly they should, because it was just straight up more hype, is Kenneth Rooks in the steeplechase, getting silver. Now that's actually an upset. I mean, he didn't win, and people kind of tend to be like, oh, they didn't win, it wasn't like actually an upset. But I'm telling you, it was. Like, he had no business. He had no business with that. That was insane. No business getting that far into. Like, I guess one way to describe it to someone would be to say, if you look at Vegas odds, granted, honestly, if you were betting this Olympics and knew about track and field, you could have made some pretty easy money. I did not do so, but like his odds were, you know, I don't even know what the number is, but it was so much less than, say, Cole Hawker. Like, Cole Hawker's, again, people that were paying attention to track knew that he was pretty good chance of medaling. Not the case with Kenneth Rooks. That shit was crazy. Forget, did I get this with you? No. I think because I did so poorly, I'm not going to try to actually get an achievement with the termite here. Even though we actually might still be getting rid of this yak, but we'll see. It's a 7-5, so it's pretty darn good for now. The pups giving the camel health did pay off, so that part's nice. Hey, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Alright, this should be able to... Oh! I was gonna say draw, but I didn't trust myself. Turns out for good reason, apparently. That... Wait, what? Yeah, okay. Something, I don't know, visually that, like, freaked me out for some reason. I'm taking this. This is a good combination. I'm just taking that. That's a good combo right there. Because it's gonna buff that, and then yeah, and then this maybe trade with some big unit in the front. Give you this. Next we give that to this, and we're on the road. Maybe get another one of these. Oh no, that only works for the net. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. But still, not bad. I mean, there was so many events that were crazy. The comeback from Quincy Hall in the men's 400, running it down at the end, absolutely beast mode. Tobogo in the 200, plus his splits in the 4x4s, which were insane. The men's 4x4 in general was absolutely nuts. Olympic record, I believe it was. And Botswana would have got the Olympic record. You know, they were like, you know, the 0.1 behind us, so they would have gotten it too. It was definitely an African national record, no doubt about that. So many records and so many events. Obviously, Sydney McLaughlin with the world record, breaking her world record again, easy clap. That would have been the easiest bet to make in the Olympics for sure. Like even betting that a world record was gonna be broken. She's just too good. What I'm thinking about here is, part of me is thinking that this is just kind of sticking here temporarily for a while to trade with a big unit in front, and to potentially get rid of it for one of these nicer tier 4s that are showing up now instead. Because since we're not actually giving it stats and we didn't get the koala thing, I'm kind of not as excited about it. Yeah, I mean, health is just good, and that does also actually at least work with the yak, so I'm down for that. We're not really doing spawn team, we're kind of anti-spawn team, so I'm fine with this. More health, but I think this is a good combo for now. It is going to give the yak health, which does let it stick around more, and it does just kind of combo together on its own. So maybe it is worth trying to get this thing leveled now if we're keeping it, and they really want me to level it, and I listened at least the second time, so there is that at least. There is that at least. Yeah, 13-8, that's not nothing. One shot of camel is great news. Ouch. Uh-oh, no, we're fine. Yes, yes. Shoot, shoot. Great work, team. I think the Kenneth... So, Bakali beating Kenneth Rooks, which I didn't really talk about because I was just so hype about Kenneth, but he just back-to-back gold medaled, I believe, that steeplechase, which has not happened since like 1930 or something. Just figured I should actually give him some props, because yeah, he kind of should get some. You know, there is not a bunch, but you have like this and the Dumbo Octopus, so you could do some fun rolling stuff. It's not what we're doing. Part of me's tempted to take the polar bear, obviously, just because it's good. I don't know what we would necessarily be doing with it. You know, trying to get some good tier 5 statted up for a while. We are at high health, so it's something to consider. But I feel like I want to see a unit that I actually want to buff before that happens, instead of getting rid of this, because just another buff on Blowfish is good. Getting matches with these would actually be nice. I think I'm going to do that. And then, sure. Ignore. Sure. Part of me is thinking, oh, maybe you get rid of the giraffe for this next turn or something. You find it hilarious. Quincy Hall got grills. Yeah, he actually does that a lot. That's one of his go-tos. Oh, that's a bigger camel than me. Can we kill through the armor? Yes. Okay, that was what I was worried about the most, was killing through the armored fellow there with our Blowfish. Okay, I think we kind of have to do a little bit of this. I think you do that first. Oh. Okay. It's a bit of a weird one in the sense that these aren't gonna get statted anymore, which is a little obviously awkward, but we don't have a tier 3, and I've never really actually tried to get a mammoth bigger, but that would be kind of interesting. He also starts a little bit bigger. I mean, that is something that I probably actively want, with people doing spawn teams. Could do this as well instead of orangutan, though we don't really have spread levels yet, so maybe we ignore that one. Definitely hurting immediate scaling, but we'll see. Poor guy that ate shit on the final lap. The guy that ate shit on the final lap is the world record holder. So that was not just some guy. That was a pretty big deal in that race. Shoot the secretary bird, shoot the secretary bird, shoot the secretary bird. Boom. Yeah, I mean, the steeplechase had a lot of dramatics, as they say in the business of what I don't know, I just said that. I mean, if we just leave this camel in a couple of turns, this is a pretty big difference. This plus doing this stuff makes some amount of sense. This is tempting. That is definitely tempting. I mean, even non-track sport, there was a lot of amazing things too, of course, but you know, I'm a track guy. Okay, let me think of something to shout out. Dude, volleyball is hype. I mean, I already knew it was hype, but like both beach and the indoor. But I was just, you know, I wasn't necessarily thinking about it. A little late for you. Wait, what? You're not even the same thing anymore. Ignore everything I said, maybe, about that. Okay, never mind. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Oh, okay, skip. I didn't even try to click that. I was trying to click the pet thing. Alright, let's try to get that figured out. Ooh, a snake is pretty good. Snake's pretty good behind a big blowfish, but there is also the case of maybe switching this thing out. It's kind of, you want to, you know, buff one thing up and then have another thing kind of behind to start getting backed up. That's pretty tempting now. Especially now that these aren't actually getting statted. There is a case to be made, although the camel is going to be a lot bigger when I bring it in, so there is that. Death touch is also going to be a problem upcoming. Okay, they gave it to the back unit, thank God. We were kind of praying on that. But yeah, volleyball's hype. A lot of down to the wire matches on that. I mean, I was watching everything. I was watching table tennis. I had checked in on some of the climbing. I checked in on all sorts of stuff. I think sell, bring in this for now, definitely. And then, you know, I do think it's probably, it's such an awkward position. I guess you could do this as a backup because you know either of these. Okay, probably that. Probably just that, right? And then now, we're probably going to get rid of that for this after a turn or two. Freeze this because it's decent stats. We're not probably doing that. We can get this on one of these. I know I'm freezing a lot of stuff. I'm freezing everything. I'm freezing everything. The 4x100s, glory for the women of America. Absolutely tearing it up. But then, you know, maybe not so good for the men who, once again, continued their history of kind of choking. In the Olympics, specifically. But yeah, you know, that happens. I mean, we could really just switch this out too. I know we got a trigger on that, which is a little rough, but we could keep this just to get more health, because health plus death touch is obviously really good. Trade this in the front, then have the walrus behind it. I think that's maybe what I'm gonna do. Or how do you do this? Yes, for sure. Then either it's awkward because you need to leave something to get polar beared. That's the thing. So it's, do you get rid of this to then get this and then bring in the walrus early, or do you bring in the camel? I mean, we're at 9 out of 10. What, does it matter? Wait, does it matter? Does any of this even matter? That completely, like, changed my whole thought process. that changed my entire thought process. I just, like, don't care anymore. I'm all in, I guess, which means I'm not even freezing anything here. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Interesting eucalyptus. Oh, and the death touch goes to the polar bear? Damn, that was not even close. Alright, well, I fucking won. And you know what? Yes, I am still gonna go over some more Olympic stuff in the next one, but I'll talk about other things too, because there's other things to talk about too. But damn, that was a convincing 9-4 after a 1-win run, huh? The difference that the RNGs make. And like the Olympics, I'm ending it for the US with some more W's. 11 out of 25 medals on the track for the USA were gold. Crazy ratio.